On the Move host, Donna Yeager, recently connected with some important longtime friends. Donna has known Kim Carson for the past 9 years, and many years ago she met the Deutsch family when they were volunteering at the Betty Wright CAR Swim Center. We wanted to catch up on the current activities of these very important people from the past. So we met locally with Robert and Janet Deutsch, and today in the studio we are talking with Kim Carson. Now, here's Donna.
Hi, I'm Donna Yeager with On the Move, and I'd like to welcome our very special guest, Kim Carson. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, we've known each other for about 9 years now, right?
I think so.
And you're my movie partner. You're my buddy. You're my. We have a lot of fun. We get into a lot of trouble, but that's okay. It's legal trouble.
Don't tell anybody.
And we always seem to find the neatest restaurants, and we find a lot of ways to get into trouble. But actually, I'm very happy that we have that friendship because we have something in common, and we've already talked about this in a previous show. Your many talents, but you have been disabled since birth, and I call it a congenital disability, which means from birth.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And you're an amputee as well as I am. And when they say congenital, nothing was actually amputated at birth. It's just,
Right.
we were born without, particular appendages.
And in my case, I was born without a left hand.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And certain hospitals had an interesting way of handling different people. And I guess because of different prosthetics, they thought that it was easier to remove or amputate a certain part of the limb to make it easier to have a prosthetic. And in my particular situation, in your situation, it was good that they did it, but in my situation, the hospital wanted to remove my feet. And I am so thankful that they didn't, because that's how I write and I type on my computer and I use my telephone and I drive my van.
That's right.
And I am that's how I worked at Hewlett Packard for 16 years, is typing, at the computer at work all day long with my toes.
Right.
So, we appreciate the doctor's suggestions, but we don't want them to get too upset when they realize that maybe now they are realizing that was a long time ago.
I think that was a different way of thinking. It wasn't ever anything that was recommended for me because I needed, the length of the arm that I was born with.
Right, yeah.
So.
Exactly. And people are different, just like, everybody. We all have different things that make life easier for us. And so I'm very thankful that my parents decided not to remove my little footsies. And, it would have looked really bizarre anyway to have these little feet, walking boop, 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 boop. So I'm really happy that it worked out the way it did.
Well, that was a good decision.
Exactly, yes. Yeah. So I want to go back to talking about when we were younger, and in my situation, because we moved so much, we had a lot of, I don't know how to word that, but basically we had a lot of alone time where my brothers and sisters were out finding new friends, and so I was kind of at the house. A lot of inaccessibility issues with all of my friends that I knew in school didn't have accessible homes because they were all able-bodied.
Right.
And so as a result, I wasn't able to visit many people away from my home. So I played with Barbie a lot. Barbie and Ken were quite an item, even when I was a really young kid. And, when you're growing up, you think that, you're going to, be just like Ken and Barbie, and you're going to meet that special person, and life is going to be perfect and wonderful. And, I really thought that for many, many years when I was a little teeny kid. And, why not? What the heck? And then, you know, as I got older, I realized that children are staring at me. Did they stare at you at all, or?
Yeah, they do, but most of the time people ask whoever I'm with what happened to me. They won't directly ask me specifically, but they'll ask my kids, they'll ask my husband, they'll ask whoever I'm with, my sister when I was younger. So.
Right, exactly, yeah. And maybe, you know, they don't want to embarrass you, or who knows what it is, but usually, generally, I don't mind when people ask me. I'd rather them ask than go, you know?
Right.
It's that dead stare that kills you every time.
Well, and in my case, there really hasn't been anything that I couldn't do that other people could do. So there's been occasions when people would come to me later and say, well, you didn't have a prosthesis last time I saw you. And I would say, yes, I did. And they would say, well, you just are so natural, I didn't notice.
Yeah, cool. That's good.
That's kind of fun because...
Right, yeah. And that's really the goal, is to, you know, get to know the person so well that they don't even see the chair.
Right.
You know, that's what, or, you know, the prosthetic or whatever.
Well, whatever the disability is.
Exactly, whatever situation you're in. That's great. Because they see the person for who they are. That's wonderful. And I mean, as far as, you know, when I got a little bit older, it was, you know, like in, I guess that was 5th grade, I had my first kiss. Aww. Very proud of that fact.
I was much older than 5th grade.
But you were very lucky because, you know, in your high school situation, tell me.
Yes. Well, I met my first boyfriend in high school, and then he moved away, and I met my husband in high school when I was a sophomore, I believe. Oh. So, high school sweethearts.
Wow, cool. And how many years?
Well, since then, I don't know, but we've been married for 32.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, that's exciting.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Well, and literally, as I got older in high school and graduating from high school into college, I had social workers and different people say, you better get used to it because you're going to be alone the rest of your life. It's like, wait a minute, hello? I had a boyfriend that liked me in 5th grade. Why can't it happen again?
It can.
It can. And it did. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, really, you have to have the right attitude, though.
Right.
If you like yourself, if you care about yourself, and if you carry a certain, you know, attitude, I think it really helps, you know. Yeah. Because nobody wants a sourpuss anyway.
Well, and when I was growing up, my mom's motto always was, I wasn't any different than my sisters. And that was why you know, there wasn't anything that I couldn't do that they could do, and it was just expected.
That's right, exactly.
That I had to pitch in even when it was chores.
Oh man, well that's not okay. That's what I mean, you gotta have some benefits there.
No.
And I mean, I think that it is wonderful that you know, the fact that your parents are so supportive as you get older and through the years, and I mean, the fact that, you know, they really are your cheerleaders when you're younger, and you know, you do receive that support and understanding early on.
Well, that's what parents are supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then you get to know other people with disabilities, and you kind of compare what their situation is, and you know, and see, yeah. But I think it's wonderful that, you know, the fact that you know, you're able to kind of I would call it networking. You know, we're meeting new people and other people with disabilities, and it really is, you know, it's helpful. But what were some of the things that you experienced when you were a young bride?
Oh, gosh. I would have to say I'm pretty fortunate. I don't, I mean, if I did have something that I struggled with, I managed to work through it because I don't think there was anything that was ever traumatizing when I was younger. And I was a gymnast, and so I was able to compete in gymnastics. And,
well, your wedding photos are beautiful. They're so pretty.
And I had a wedding that was just beautiful outside under the trees, and it was very nice. And raising my kids, I was always able to keep up with anything that
oh my God
they wanted to do. Run. They're all swimmers, so.
Oh wow.
So we spent a lot of time around the competition pool.
Mm-hmm. And 3 kids.
So 3.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful.
Well, they're 32, 31, and 25.
Oh my gosh. I thought you would have said, like 12 or 14.
No. And then my 8-year-old granddaughter.
Oh, that's right.
And 3-year-old grandson.
Oh my God. Congratulations.
Thank you. And Jenna, my granddaughter, was the one who named your van the Magic Van.
Yeah. I call it Jaws, actually.
Donna and the Magic Van.
Jenna is adorable. She is really, what a
good
cutie.
kid.
She's sweet. We went to the movies together.
We did. We did. You had races in your wheelchair and her on her little 2 feet.
She's a Spitfire.
Yep.
How old is she now?
She's 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My goodness. She's growing up fast.
She is. She is.
Incredible. Okay. That's great. So I also wanted to talk a little bit about that. It's amazing the fact that as you go on through your life, you're meeting all kinds of amazing people, and a lot of our crew members are testimony to that. They're just phenomenal, and they have been so supportive and so helpful and wonderful, and really pitched in whenever we needed help. And this is another family. When I was just, oh my goodness, how old was I? I was like 8 or 9 years old when I first met the family. And because I love swimming so much, we were able to visit with this family, and he helped me in the water. Do you like to swim?
I love to swim.
Yeah. I don't know what it's so freeing. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful. Yeah. So he was helping me out with the swimming and giving me helpful hints, and he is also, the same age as myself. And so through the years, I've kept in touch with his family and all their amazing endeavors. And so we were able to interview them as well earlier. And so we have a little bit of that footage too that I wanted to talk about. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and look at that footage, and then we'll come back.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. And anyway, but also I wanted to talk about the fact that as I got older, I was able to date a lot and meet people, but kind of back in the back area, my disability was always kind of, it was great. We had a wonderful time dating, but there was never that, marital situation, which is fine, And then I was doing a lot of public speaking, so I went to Chicago, spoke in front of this big group of amputees, actually.
Right. I remember you telling me.
Amputee Association. Yeah. So it was great. It was fun, and we actually but we gave a lot of tapes to people who were from other countries, all over Europe.
Right.
And I guess about 8 or 9 of those shows made it to Germany. And so he saw the shows, and my husband at the time, Joe, saw them, and we met in San Francisco and had a wonderful little dating situation. And less than a year later, we got married.
Wow.
And so it was a really nice marriage of about 14 years of, But weddings are beautiful, and we love the weddings because they're so pretty and magical, and but then marriage kind of gets comfortable, and then you actually start to learn about. Well, you were lucky because of knowing him in high school. That was really a benefit. right?
It is. It was definitely an advantage because he didn't have any bad habits back then. And not now either. No, we work together very well.
That's always a plus, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but, you know, and luckily the disability wasn't a disadvantage, it was a huge advantage. And I think you just have to find that person, you know, if you're lucky enough, and I'm very thankful that it was, you know, as wonderful as it was. And I think the more you, the more experiences that you have in life, it really is, you start to appreciate the things that, you know, that really worked and were really helpful and you know, helped you to grow.
Right. Well, it's not just the significant other, it's the friends that you meet through life.
Yeah, exactly. Right? It's so true. Yeah, I mean, the Deutsches, they were, you know, throughout life, we would, you know, keep in touch with them, and they invited us up to the Northern California area, way up by Humboldt area. And you know, they just welcomed us back into their homes.
Nice.
Whatever home they had, whatever they built, you know, they welcomed us in, and they knew Joe for quite a few years, and was just, you know, so welcoming and open and giving to us, and it was just amazing. So to be able to see my friend Rob again after, you know, 40 years of knowing him, it's cool. It really is. You know, I don't know if there are that many people that, you know, that really are in touch with you through your life, and I'm very fortunate to say I have about maybe 10 friends that you know, I still keep in touch with, even, you know, even after whatever 30 or 40 years.
I would have to say I'm pretty fortunate also, because I have some of those same friends.
That's great.
That just, you don't have to talk to them often, but just to reconnect, it's like no time has passed.
Exactly. And I mean, that's what relationships are all about. You have friends that are, you know, are just acquaintances, and then you have friends that really, really know, you know, where you're at, and, you know, even if you change your situation, you still, you know those people are going to be there for you, and and I mean, you have your, you know, your friends that you meet, and then unfortunately you don't get to see them again as the years pass, but you still think of them fondly, and you still, you know, have wonderful memories of them, you know.
Yep.
So, and that's why I like Facebook, because it's kind of fun to see and try to find people that you, like my guy that was in 5th grade before I met Robbie. He, Rob, he wants to be called Robert now, but anyway, but he was Robbie back then. But yeah, but Ara was my first kiss. That was so much fun. That was really cute, you know. Why did I go back? Anyway, but I mean, you know, it's just, life is full. Oh, and actually, right after we were boyfriend and girlfriend, he became the boyfriend of my best friend. Like, that's okay.
Well, that's not fair.
I can share. That's all right. But she was, you know, was able to go on and marry her sweetheart, and they lived happily for many, many years too. So that's great.
Nice.
Yeah, and I mean, I just think it's wonderful to be able to, you know, to visit with people and check in from time to time, and that, I mean, Facebook is that for me. You know, because it's a little more difficult for me to get around and drive to Chico or to drive to LA. You know?
Well, it's a way to stay in touch very easily.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And even the people that we knew up in Oregon, a lot of them are moving, you know, all over the country.
Right.
So I'm still in touch with them through Facebook, and they're in LA now, or they're in, you know, Kansas or wherever. They're all over the place. So, but it is a lot of fun, you know. And actually, here's another reason why I love my toes, because I'm jumping all over the place. Oh, you know what? But I want to talk about your prosthetic for a second, because in your situation, the prosthetic has been a lifesaver.
Yes.
And, you know, really important to you. And now that technology has improved, I want to You tell us about the new
Well,
one.
there is a new technology, newer technology, and it's called myoelectric. And so the myoelectric is what they call articulating. So your hand moves, your fingers move independently.
Wow.
And the fun thing is that it's controlled by iPhone apps. So there's, and I don't know the exact number, but 70 or 80 apps and choices for being able to control it.
Wow.
And so apparently you choose the options that are most functional for, that you use every day. And so I am waiting for the insurance to approve that. So they haven't quite been ready to do that yet, but we're still trying to convince them that
so
it would be awesome.
Yeah, it's really important.
Yeah.
And until you've walked in somebody's shoes, so to speak, they don't realize how important it is.
Right.
For your life, for your daily living.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it's the people behind the scenes that don't understand.
Right.
So one of the reasons for the denial was they wanted, they thought that having two hands was a little bit excessive. And so when you think about what they put in black and white, it's kind of funny. You have to just look at it and say,
hello.
Interesting. So,
What's
but
wrong
I
with
think
that
we'll be
picture?
able to convince them eventually that it would be a good thing.
Well, I'll go to bat for you, that's for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's right. And if anyone's interested in a possibility of, if they have an amputation and they need to go for, an interview or a, what do you call it, consultation?
Yeah.
Who would they call?
Well, for
One of them.
what they call upper body limbs is Jim Kaywood has always helped me
a ton.
Yeah. So.
Oh, good.
Anyways.
Great. What's that number?
He's at Hanger Clinics.
Oh, okay.
It's 408-358 5366.
Very good. That's great. And I mean, there's a lot of people out there with all different ages, and some people are smaller and different sizes. So
well, and it's really important to get someone who has the experience because building prosthetics is not the most common thing, although it's getting better with 3D printing capabilities and all the new technology. But still, you want someone that really understands what works and what doesn't.
And it's so individualized. I mean, they are fitting it for your specific situation.
Exactly, and no one else can use it.
No, I mean,
what
you
they
meet
build for
6
me.
other or 20 other amputees, and there's no way it won't fit them.
Right.
It would not be applicable for them. So
Right.
it's very hands-on, so to speak. Sorry. I'm sorry. I hate that. I'm bad. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, but it really is. It's important that that your interview with them is one-on-one and makes you happy.
Well, I had lost touch with Jim Kaywood, and so I went into a clinic, which was where he happened to work out of. He wasn't there that day.
Wow.
And so the poor gentleman that I met with, I just said, well, why are you qualified to build a prosthetic for me? And he laughed and he said, well, I'm not going to, but I have someone named Jim Kaywood who will. Ooh. And I just was so relieved. I said, oh my gosh, I've been looking for him, and it's so funny that you would mention his name.
Like, oh my God, that's wonderful. Cool. So you had the meeting. That's good. Well, we'll go to bat for you. We definitely will. Yeah. Okay, good. That's marvelous. And I love the photographs that you let us see where you were up at Roaring Camp with the train. That is so awesome. That's just, it's so beautiful up there.
I like anything to do with the outdoors. The outdoors, the ocean, the water. I'm kind of an outdoors kind of girl.
Exactly. Yeah, it is. It's fun. Yeah. You meet the nicest people when you're camping and hiking and enjoying nature.
Well, just very relaxing.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, so you spent the day there, right, at Roaring Camp?
We did, and actually a friend of mine was the guest engineer, so he was the engineer for the day and made his day. He was very excited to do it.
Awesome.
So riding a train is fun, but it's even more fun when you have a friend driving it.
Right. That's true. Well, and I know that you guys have a lot of beautiful adventures, like you love the snow, and there's a location further north that you have like a really cool cabin.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful, so pretty up there.
Up near Lake Almanor.
Very serene.
Yep. Well, I'm fortunate that my husband, we've been married so long that whenever we have an opportunity, I'll tell him, we're going on an adventure, pack your bags. And now, he used to question me, now he just says, okay.
Okay.
We usually end up. When there's no expectations, it's fun.
That's cool.
Because you just never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
Well, it keeps life interesting, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Yesterday we went to Santa Cruz for breakfast and ended up staying at the boardwalk and the beach and got home at 9 o'clock at night. So, but we had all the kids and the grandkids, and it was fun.
That's what I call impromptu.
That was very impromptu, but.
Well, let's say the phone number one more time.
For Jim Kaywood is 408-358-5366.
All right, very good. So people can kind of look into the possibilities.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Kim, I want to thank you so very much. Thanks for
it's been fun. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you. And thank you so very much for joining us. And until next time, I'm Donna Yeager with On the Move. Have a wonderful day. Yay.
If you see us in your businesses or see us on TV, don't be surprised, because you'll see us there again
and again.
Because we're showing our abilities and building self-esteem. We're going places that we've never been.
Hey, we're on the move to make this world a better place. We're on the move, we're striking out to set the pace. We all can choose to make a difference. Our time is overdue. If we collect our dreams, take them on the move. We're on the move to make this world a better place. We're on the move, we're striking out to set the pace. We all can choose to make a difference. Our time is overdue. If we collect our dreams, take them on the move. If we collect our dreams, take them on the move. So let's pick up our dreams, take them on the move.